everybody, and welcome to our third edition. And I can't believe I'm saying that actually. Third edition. I can't believe we've done our third one already of our US Pack On Time Courier podcast. This is exciting stuff. I got to tell you, there was so much work put into this before getting it up and running, the concepts of it, getting the team in place, that to know that we're on our third one already and we continue to grow in viewership and just feedback from the fleet. It's great stuff. So thank you for that. Again, I have to thank our two main driving forces behind this. Ken Fowlkes, who's our senior manager of driver experience. This is really Ken's brainstorm, getting it put together. And then also Kate Wiles, who you've heard me mention a few times. Kate is our producer, director, recorder, editor. She is really the meat and potatoes of getting this thing out to you all. So kudos to them, and thank you for all the great work that we do. We have got an Action Pat third edition for you. We're going to start off by having Dave Rouleau, who's our regional director of operations in our healthcare vertical, come on and talk a little bit about the healthcare vertical that we have, the different types of opportunities. Uh, and also, I think he's going to talk a little bit about some of the really, I'll say neat stuff that we are hauling for our healthcare customers. The positive difference we can make in people's lives. It'll be a great conversation. So I'm looking forward to that. We will have Liz Billias, our vice president, on talking about our safety message for the month. And then we'll finish up with a good interview with Ken Fowlkes, who you just heard me mention. Ken is going to come on and talk about all the different things that are out there for you as our contractors to review, and if it made sense for you, take advantage of them. They're good programs. So we got an action-packed one. Again, I'm going to ask you, before we get this thing up and running, please continue sending in your thoughts and feedback. I think somewhere at the bottom of the screen, you'll be able to scroll down and see the address where you can send in. We want to hear from you. Questions, thoughts, things you want to see on future editions. Also, I'm going to let you know a little secret. We're starting to plan some out in the field type excursions where we're going to get out in the field, meet some of our contractors, see perhaps some of our field operations team, and start taking it on the road. I'm sure you're looking forward to seeing more than just my face and a hat in the background. So we got a lot to go here. Exciting stuff. Sit back, listen, and let's get the show on the road. All right, here we go, everybody. As promised, we are extremely fortunate to have as our first guest today, David Rouleau. David is one of our regional directors in our new healthcare vertical. Dave, thank you so much for taking some of your valuable time and joining us today.
I appreciate the time. Been with US PAC for 13 years. I've been working with you for a while, so appreciate you taking the opportunity to speak with me today.
Absolutely. I know in the conversations you and I have had, you're a great wealth of knowledge in the business. You know, not only US PAC inside out, but the healthcare vertical and everything else. So we're extremely fortunate to have you with us, talk to our contractors, share some of that wisdom. And that's kind of going to lead me into the first question, right? So we're talking about the healthcare vertical. This is exciting. You know, this thing is growing like crazy. Tell us a little bit about your thought on the opportunities for contractors with the healthcare vertical and what it can mean for them.
I'm very excited about our healthcare vertical and how it impacts our independent contractors, right? It gives them the flexibility to earn revenue 24/7, 365. So in the current gig economy, you don't always have that opportunity. Sometimes the revenue opportunities are limited, where inside US PAC healthcare vertical, there's a continuous flow of revenue if they have the availability and the capacity to do so.
That's awesome. And I know in the way the vertical has grown out, it really is kind of, there's opportunities all across the country, is there not? It's not just a regional area anymore. It seems to be expanding and growing quite quickly.
Yes, all across the United States, even possibly Hawaii. I'm here in the last couple of days. So,
Hey,
there's definitely an opportunity, and I'm going to volunteer to start up that market.
well, I was going to beat you to that. I was going to say, if you need any help in Hawaii, I'll be the first one to help
Yeah.
you go out there. So
Yeah.
that would be exciting. Yeah, I know areas like Philadelphia are big for us at the moment,
Mhm.
Chicago, but it's quickly filling in, isn't it, around the country and that type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And the service offerings that we have in these markets, right, are expanding as well. Not only the service offerings, but the vehicle opportunities, right? We're doing everything from our scheduled route and on demand, but we're also doing PACE programs. We're also doing home infusion, home delivery, life science, medical equipment. So there's it's definitely expanding, right? We also have our hospital and lab offerings. So the opportunities in these cities and even really in the rural areas are expanding for our ICs, which is exciting.
That is great stuff to hear. And I know you talked about the equipment a little bit. So this is available to somebody that's in their personal vehicle, vans, that type of
Mhm.
stuff. It's a little bit of everything, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, we're delivering liver and lung transplant equipment across the country
Wow.
currently. There's your cell and gene therapy that you can do. And it's exciting too for our ICs that are retired, right? Because when you're dealing inside the healthcare industry, not everything's big and bulky, right? Some of the packages for home delivery are quite light and small. So there's really an opportunity for all ages and and vehicle types.
That's exciting stuff, and as you were talking through that, Dave, I heard you say, some of the stuff that we're hauling, this is important stuff, is it? This is stuff that makes a positive difference in people's lives. And I know I get a feeling of satisfaction being a part of that, that we're part of a company that's helping to make a positive difference in people's lives, and to be on the the I guess the on the ground, right, doing that, making the deliveries, meeting the customers, that type of stuff. That's got to be exciting work.
Oh, absolutely. At the end of the day, you can be proud of the positive impact that you've had on your community's healthcare, right? With the growing healthcare industry and with the independent contractors that are needed to get patients home, right? You think about patient being discharged on Christmas Eve. To be home with their family, it's our independent contractors that are out on Christmas Eve delivering that home infusion medication so that patient can get home to their family. So,
Wow.
or the cell and gene trial for a child with leukemia that's looking for a cure. We're the one that's delivering that life-saving medication to that child. So at the end of the day,
Wow.
they should be very proud of themselves.
Yeah, thank you for going through that. That is powerful stuff to know that we're involved in making that type of a difference in people's lives. So that is really exciting stuff. Thank you for going through that.
Absolutely.
Uh, Dave, as with your experience from your perspective, uh, what kind of message would you give to our contractors? What would you like to say to them as you have the opportunity?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank them for the positive impact that they have on the patients for our customers in US PAC, right? But mainly for their community. We all have a story that touches us with family members that need medication. I know for me, my nephew has kids, and he has to have life saving medication delivered to the house on a weekly and monthly basis. So, at the end of the day, I have to say thank you, and they should be proud of what they do. And the positive impact they have on the family's quality of life for these patients. A hospice delivery for a patient that's in pain. We're the ones that are delivering that timely so that patient can be comfortable. So thank you, ICs. I appreciate
Well,
it.
great message, and I know we echo your sentiment on that, Dave. Just to thank the contractors for the great work they do each and every day, helping to make those deliveries, make that positive difference in people's lives. So I know everyone in the company feels appreciative of that effort. So thank you. All right. Well, Dave, I'll tell you what. Obviously, some great stuff you covered in here. Thank you so much for that. Again, I say to our contractors today, if you're in the company, if you're hauling something else, if you're hauling automotive parts or other stuff, there are so many different opportunities you can get involved in, and healthcare is one of those, right? It may be, you could run healthcare and automotive parts or healthcare and other items. There's
Absolutely.
so many great opportunities in our company that if you have questions on that, reach out to your local field operations team, reach out to the contractor sourcing team. We can help you through that. And certainly we can help discuss any of those opportunities with you. So Dave, thank you again. It was enlightening for me, and it was a great conversation to have you on here with us today. Thank you for taking the time. and we'll have you on again here in the near future.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Appreciate
All
you.
right.
Thank you. Have a
Thank you
good
very
day.
much.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Kevin, and thank you, Dave, for sharing some insight on the critical nature of life science shipments. This is such important work that's being done to support the customers and their patients. For everyone else, I hope that, like me, you too are excited that we are nearing the end of winter and the promise of spring is just around the corner. As the days get longer and the temperatures start to rise, here are a few safety reminders for navigating the changing seasons. Road conditions. As snow and ice melt, they tend to leave behind potholes, standing water, and slick spots. Be cautious of these hazards, especially in shaded areas where ice can linger. Unpredictable weather. Early spring can absolutely be unpredictable, with sudden rain showers or even late season snow. Keep your windshield wipers in good condition and make sure that your tires are ready for the wet roads. Staying alert. Warmer temperatures mean more people outside, whether they're walking, hiking, maybe jogging, paying extra attention in residential areas and near parks as activity begins to increase. Vehicle maintenance checkup. As you transition out of winter driving, it's a great time to check your vehicle's health. Look for any wear and tear from winter roads, check your tire pressure, and ensure your headlights and brake lights are fully functional. Weather patterns can still be very unpredictable. Keep your phone charged and stay in touch with the USPAC dispatch team or local field representatives with any route changes or updates that could potentially impact customers. As winter winds down, let's finish the season strong and safely transition into spring. Your safety and dedication keep us moving forward, and we appreciate everything that you do. Here's to warmer days ahead. Stay safe, stay prepared, and keep those deliveries rolling smoothly. Until next time, take care out there on the road.
All right, everybody. And for our next conversation, we are very fortunate. You've heard me mention this gentleman quite a few times in the podcast. We're very fortunate to have Ken Fowlkes with us. Ken is our Senior Manager of Driver Experience at USPAC. Ken, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on with you.
Absolutely. Ken, I know like me, you've been around the business for quite a while. You've got a lot of experience. Tell us a little bit about yourself so the contractors get to know you a little bit.
Okay, probably be dating myself, but let's go. All right, I started off in the business as a car driver for a very small messenger service, part-time after school. Started out with, I was his sixth driver, just got in business. When I left 10 years later, I had spent 9 years as operations manager. He had 150 vehicles, owned vehicles, and 50 ICs. From there, I moved on as the dispatch and compliance manager. Strange name. At the time, we had a lot of companies that were delivering medical specimens and stuff in the backseat of their car, calling cabs, this and that. It was illegal, and we wanted to take advantage of that and go to the major players and tell them, hey, we're compliant. When that was over, I took over as GM of the Baltimore branch, and they ran every piece of freight in the Mid-Atlantic through Baltimore. Was a GM for 9 years. Now, here I am.
Awesome. Pretty wide array of experience. You've been around the business for a long time. Bring a lot of knowledge and experience to the company. So I know we're very fortunate to have you here and to have you in this role. I mean, in driver experience, you are really here helping each contractor to have a better experience at USPAC. So I know as part of that, we got a lot of great offerings for contractors. One of those, I know you want to talk about a little bit is the discount marketplace we have for our contractors. Tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Sure. Well, I think the first thing we should touch on is taxes. It's that time of year. If we have new contractors or contractors that aren't familiar with the laws and want to be able to get their taxes prepared, we have companies at the discount marketplace that will give you 20% off the base and turn you on to some major tax players like TurboTax, TaxAct, these companies. So that's a really, really nice benefit especially for the newer guys. And even if you wanted to become a master contractor, your whole tax situation changes.
True.
Well, that's a beautiful opportunity. The next one on my list is car repairs. What is one of the biggest issues for attendance problems with different sites is that drivers break down and they can't get their car fixed right away. They have to take a week or two off, or they have to save money or whatever. Well, they have Car Shield. I'm sure you've heard of them.
I have.
And they have other companies. They give you a $350 a year discount to come with them. And then if you break down, no big deal. You pick up the phone, you give them a call, and bam. The next one is Gas Buddy. If you get a Gas Buddy card, you can get 25 cents off a gallon, and Gas Buddy is at 95% of the service stations in the country.
Oh,
so I think
awesome.
that's a nice feature as well. Then you have little perks like if you want to purchase a car or get a loan, you can do that there as well. And then another big one is car rentals. You can get a car rental, and they have all the major players there, and you get a 35% off the base discount if you go to the discount marketplace. So these are some of the things that they offer. It's not everything, but man, to me, that's a sweet deal. And I hope our ICs take advantage of the opportunity. You can feel free to call me. We'll stick up my number and everything in a little bit. And back to you, Kev.
Wow, that is that's great, Ken. Thank you for going through that. We've talked about it in a couple of the first episodes, but we didn't really get into detail to some of the programs. Today's when it's so tough to, you're fighting for every penny to make a profit, right? Being able to save money on fuel, being able to save money on repairs, all that kind of stuff. That is really key. And every contractor who's with US PAC is eligible for all those, correct? They just have to get to the discount marketplace and sign up and begin utilizing it. So that is awesome to hear. Yeah, thank you very much. I know one of the other items that we offer to our contractors is what we call Quick Pay. And this is a fairly new one. This has been around for a couple months now. But this is a program that, I know contractors on certain accounts are able to get their settlement much quicker. What can you tell us about that program?
Well, I mean, the basics on this is that it allows a contracted IC to receive payment for jobs that are eligible the next day. In other words, you make a delivery, then you will be able to get your settlement the following day. As long as the job is completed in the system, the POD's in and everything, you're good to go. It's just one small fee of 1.5% of your payout for that delivery, and it's a done deal.
Wow, that's so again, as long as the route they're running is eligible, which to do that, they should probably check with their local service representative from US PAT to see if that route is eligible or not. But for just a small minimal fee, they could get their settlement the very next day, you're saying. That's for someone who's in a situation that, may not want to wait on that, or, they have a bill or something pop up. That's certainly exciting news, and I would think something that would be very beneficial.
Absolutely. I mean, Quick Pay is a great thing. So is the discount marketplace. We offer our ICs a lot. We're true business partners. We want them to succeed because if they succeed, we succeed.
Well, I couldn't have said it any better than that. That certainly is the truth. So great. Thank you for going into pretty good detail on those programs, Ken. And so for contractors that may have questions on those programs or issues or concerns that they may want to speak to you or your team about, how would they reach the driver experience team and yourself to do that?
Okay, to reach driver experience, you would email driverexperienceteam@gouspac.com. That's driverexperienceteam@gouspac.com. The phone number is 877-476-4555. Option 2 is driver experience. You'll be able to reach Enjoy Coleman or myself at any time. Just send us a message and we'll get back to you within 24 hours or less.
That is awesome, Ken. Thank you for going through that, providing that information. And again, contractors, if you've got questions on any of the great programs that Ken has gone through, questions on, perhaps becoming a master contractor, which we've talked about a few times, or anything that you may have a question on, the driver experience team, Ken and Enjoy, are here to help you with those questions, help make your experience as pleasant as it can be here at USPAC. And Ken said it a few moments ago, and I'm going to reiterate it because it's extremely important. We want you to be successful here at USPAC. We want you to have a long tenure with us, and we hope to be able to be good business partners for you. So, Ken, thank you for going through anything. Any last words you'd like to give to our contractors?
Yeah, just one other thing. I know there are a lot of questions about how do you reach people as far as quick pay questions, and the number is the same. It's 877-476-4555, but it's option 4. It's IC Pay. They will take care of you. Option 4. If by chance you can't reach them, please feel free to go back to the driver experience number, call us, and we'll take care of it for you.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Ken. And thank you so much for taking some time out today. The contractors heard your name a few times. They get to meet you face to face now and got to learn a lot more detail about some of the great programs that we offer to our contractors. So thank you for joining us. And everybody, I can't believe it's gone by this quickly, but we're at the end of the episode. Can you believe it? Our third episode wrapped up. Again, we need input from you. If you have questions, thoughts, items you'd like to see on here, please reach out to us through either Driver Experience, which Ken just gave you their contact information. Reach out and let us know. We need input for you. We want to make sure this podcast is what you want it to be. So having said all that, everybody be safe. Thank you for all you do, and we'll see you next month.